Hello, everybody. How are you? Hello. I am so glad to see all of you. Oh, I'm not in the screen? Hmm. Well, are you sure you can't see me? Hello. Welcome to our pink party Palooza. And yes, I dyed my hair pink in honor of Jodi and everyone who has gone through cancer and come out the other side. We're celebrating today. I've got some pink lemonade handy, and we're just going to have fun. So hello, everybody. So what do you think? Do I look great in pink? It's so funny. The first shirt I brought down was kind of what I consider a pink shirt. Let me see if I can show it to you. But then once I dyed my hair, I realized it looks more orange. This won't work. So Mark ran up and found another shirt, and it has pink in it, but that way I'm not clashing. So what you think? Michelle the Quilter came. Hi. Oh, there's Sonia. Hello. Marsha, welcome to our Pink Palooza party today. We are celebrating Jodi's success with her treatment and everybody who's gone through cancer and come out the other side. Oh, which is me. Yay. And I went to my doctor on Thursday and had the test. They infuse some reactant stuff. I forget what they call it right now. Hello. We're having our Pink Palooza party. But I had that done in an IV and did my CT scan and then did a chest x-ray. Everything is clear. And oh, thank you. Thank you. This is in honor of our Jodi. So I told her that if she had to shave her hair off, that I would dye my hair pink, and I did it. And then I've got a pink scarf here. I've got a bunch of pictures you all sent in of you with some kind of pink thought for Miss Jodi. And so here, we're doing it. We are doing it. Got my pink lemonade. Yum. So we're just going to got my lights on. Let me see if I can show you. I've got some little pink hearts and lights on and just having a little party today. I also want to give a shout out to my grandson, Evan, who is 15 today. So time has flown. I can't believe that boy is 15. He's going to be starting high school this year. Very exciting. So, hello. Let's see all who's here. Oh, Michelle's got her pink going. Good job. And so we've got Marsha, we've got Debbie, and Michelle the Quilter, and Sonia. Hi, sweetheart. And Sonia sent the most beautiful picture with two beautiful pink bears. So, we'll be seeing those soon. And Carol's here. So good to see Carol. Kathy Klein from Illinois. And it is wonderful. So I'm hoping Jodi feels good enough to come in soon. I saw her on Thursday night, and that was wonderful. So, yep, thank you, Michelle the Quilter. Yep, happy birthday for my Evan baby. And my grandkids are just growing like weeds. Oh, I've even got a pink ribbon I can put on. We're just going to have pink everywhere today. Linda Ramos, you had skin cancer. Oh, wonderful news. Linda can also celebrate with us. I know what I was going to tell you. My doctor said, well, we're coming up on 2 years since your surgery. And I had kidney cancer, and the tumor was so big they had to take out my whole kidney. So that was the one part that I was sad about. But, you know, you can, if you take care of yourself, you can do pretty good with just one kidney. But so what he said, you know, you're coming up on 2 years. You know, by the time we're this far out and everything's okay, we don't really expect to see anything. And I didn't say a word. I just sat there and held my breath because I thought, oh my gosh, does he realize what he just said? What he said was that once you make it, you know, 2 years out, you can kind of relax now. And, you know, the cancer that was in your body, they really expect is gone now. So, so it's wonderful. You know, he's still going through his treatments. We are going to keep him close to our heart, let me tell you. So I tell you, you know, life is, you know, it's always throwing something at you. And Friday's little announcement really depressed me. I felt like all of my life's work and ambition, I marched in DC in the 80s. And, but we're not going to talk about that today. And the reason we're not is because we're here to celebrate life. Jodi, that is the cutest reaction. Oh my God, you really did it. Yes, I really did it. I found oh shoot, I moved it too far away, but I found this pink dye and Mark was like, oh, there's Mark. Mark was like, oh my gosh, you're really going to do it. And I said, heck yeah, thank you. I said, yes, I really am going to do it. And how appropriate is it? It's called flamingo pink hair color. I mean, is that? Oh, thank you.
Y'all are crazy.
Yep, we are. And you know what? That's what we do. We celebrate life. And so here I got it from Amazon online. And it was real easy to put in. And it's going to take about 40 hair washes to remove. But I said, you know what? What a way to celebrate summer. So, yeah, he was like, you're really going to do this? Yep, I'm going to do this. We got to celebrate Miss Jodi. And Miss Jodi is doing so amazingly. They can't find the tumor now. She's not even finished with her treatments, but she's over halfway there. Yay, Miss Jodi. And so when she finishes the schedule of treatments and they'll do a lumpectomy, and she'll take, I think it's called Keytruda. So it was a type of medication she'll be on for like 2 years. But as of right now, they can't even find the tumor. Isn't that wonderful? And it's even more important because of the kind of cancer she has. That's one of those that's a little resistant to some of the normal treatments. But, I mean, Jodi is our superstar. She has just flown through this like the amazing, conquering angel she is. Yes, you can call me Pinky. Oh, God. I feel like I should be in the movie Grease, you know, and be, what was that girl's name? Pinky somebody in that movie. But anyway, hello, Diana B. Nice to see you. Oh, Diana B., 17-year survivor of breast cancer. Yes, yes. So this is a celebration. It's a celebration of life. We're going to take a moment today and just enjoy our companionship, enjoy our resilience, enjoy the modern medical system. I mean, you know, hey, when you first get the diagnosis, it's like you don't know what to think. What end is up? Oh, my God, it can't be. It's like the big fear, you know. And then you find the best doctor in the hospital you can. It's amazing. Oh, Barbara Smith, 22 years, breast survivor. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, wow, I tell you. And I can't believe I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do this. I just thought I would show my badge of courage. This is where they had to open me up to take out my kidney. And I am loud and proud about surviving cancer. So there you go. I just shared more than you ever wanted to know on YouTube. So that is wonderful. We're so happy for Keytruda. Okay. Yeah, they're really the most exciting thing in cancer treatment today are these immune boosters. They're really looking to work with your body and have your body learn to target and kill the cancers. So, guys, please never give up. You fight. You fight. Our Michelle has been, oh my gosh, she's the reason I'm doing the channel. She has been a rock for me the last couple of years. She is a breast cancer survivor of maybe 35 years. And it's amazing. It is amazing. So, get in there, work hard, and let's do it. So, Jodi, you will definitely say, I am a survivor. So this is wonderful. Hello, Alberta. Barbara Smith. Yay. It's just so good to see all of you. I was hoping we'd have a good crowd. And today I'm kind of just going to hit base on a few little things I'm working on. And I wanted to tell you, I made a decision this week. I had yet another person who asked me about the mountain lake landscape quilt we did. And I'm sad I didn't finish some of those. They're just laying in a box over here. And you know what? They were too pretty to just lay in a box. So I don't know about you. Oh, thank you, Miss Jodi. We love you too, darling. I told you in the beginning, we were going to be there with you. We were going to do our best to walk with you through this journey. Too many of us know. We know. We've been there. We've done that. And the best thing about women is we share. We share the burden. We share the celebration. So we are very excited to be able to party with you right now. You are our hero, honey. So, but I decided I want to go back and pull out some of the things I haven't finished in the last couple years because my UFO pile just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So if you have UFOs, next week I will continue to do a few little interesting new things, but let's all together on our Sundays pull out UFOs and get those things finished. We deserve to have our artwork finished and displayed. So that's what I was thinking about because I told the woman, I think her name was Penny, and she wrote to me and wanted to know where was the final completion of the mountain lake. And I thought, I never completed it. I stay so busy and come up with so many new projects. I'm like the little hamster on the wheel, but I want to finish some of these too. It is really humid down here today. My hair is just calling on me, and I want it to look like cotton candy. Yeah, like the circus. Yay! Isn't that something? I didn't do all the way around the back because you have to be so careful. You can't get it on anything. And but I love it. I love it. So, all right. Oh, I guess I should have been drinking my pink lemonade. It's Pink Palooza Day. Decorated the design wall from Sherry Hogan. She sent me a wonderful pink cancer supporter scarf. So, thank you. And my favorite color is blue, but you know what? You got to go with the color that's needed. You know what I was thinking? I think I'm going to go from this. I'm going to, as long as the pink lasts, it's going to go towards women's rights and getting our rights back. So I'm going to then turn it into the next cause. So I love it. I love it. All right. Now, I'm sorry I didn't do a show last week. I had to cancel because I had a tooth infection, and I've never had an abscess tooth before, and I never realized just how much fun it was. So I think one of the reasons too I'm still flush is I'm on a very strong antibiotic dose. So it's like, whoa. I have two last pills. They're huge. They're big like this, and they're pink. And so then I go back in July 2nd. He said it was the worst infection he's ever seen. And it didn't make itself known anywhere on my gum. It was when my cheeks started swelling up. And so he's going to go clean it out one more time and put the little medicated like pellet things down in there. And that's July 2nd. And then after that is done, I can have a crown put on. But last week, Mark said, he said, I knew you were hurting, hon. And I said, well, I tried to be kind of quiet about it. But hold on. I needed the tissue. Got so excited. All right. He said, oh, I could tell you were hurting. He said, you just lost your personality. You had no personality. And I thought that was so cute. Yes, it's not fun to have abscess tooth. And it's from clenching my jaw. So I think I need to spend the money now to go ahead and get one of the mouth guards they recommend. So, but anyway, but he said you just kind of sat there like rocking. And I was like, yeah, I was just trying to survive the pain. So anyway, it's all good now. Thank goodness. The tooth's not bothering me at all. And that's why I say, thank goodness for modern medicine. I just realized something. I don't think pink is my color. I've always thought of blue as my color. And looking at myself, it's like, that's a little sallow looking. Maybe I'll buy some blue and do a kind of a PBJ look. So, okay. Well, a few little things to tell you. And I think I mentioned that I was working on this when I went camping. I've only been back 2 weeks from camping. 2 weeks from camping. And so I had been working on this for the Alex Anderson Neutral Blooms quilt. And I couldn't find my remaining strips that already had the stem on them. And I kept telling myself, I know they're here. And I knew they were in the sunroom because that's where I was working on them the last time. But I looked and looked and looked and couldn't find them. And I said, I know what's going to happen. As soon as I cut out 2 new ones, the others will be found. Well, guess what happened? I cut out 2 new ones. And then when I went to pull the sheet off, I keep a sheet on that recliner back in that room because I love pure cotton, and a nice cotton sheet feels so good. And I pulled the sheet off, and guess what? They were pushed down in the recliner. So I did find them and out, and I'm now, this is the one I already did. And one of the things is I like doing hand applique, and I wanted to do the hand applique while they were still in a column like this instead of once I had put them together for the whole quilt, because that's a lot to handle to try to work by hand. But Alex Anderson said, I wouldn't do that because how do you know you're going to get them lined up right? So I had taken the time to mark them out with blue chalk and all of that. But since I had the 2 to do at one time, what I did is I laid out my 2 undone strips, and I had marked what end was the top, but I laid them out, and then on top of them, I laid the one that's already finished. This went on top, and then very carefully, I would lift up and place it and make sure it lined up perfectly. And that was such an easy way. And as long as you know what end is the top and you make sure the top ends up lining up perfectly. They should all be wonderful. So I have them now all placed on here. And last night, let me do this before I show you real quick. Last night, I started work on it. It was so nice to just be able to sit there, and we watched Jon Stewart. We had a recording of Jon Stewart winning the Mark Twain Award, and so I sat there and worked on this. So here's the one I put on last night, and I just enjoy the whole process of hand. And you might notice this is a little bit like turned to the side. I did that on purpose because I wanted these to be the same distance from the edge. And I want this to look a little happy, wonky, happy kind of. So that, when I put them together, I purposely redesigned the top two petals so they would droop down because I wanted them to just look sweet and a little off kilter. And so I'll be working on that this week. And here's the Neutral Blooms quilt. You can go to the quilt show, buy the pattern. And Alex Anderson has 10 episodes of her show where she gives directions for each step of the way. I am a big, loud, bright colored gal. If you look around, you'll see. But this has been a wonderful change of pace. And she was talking about worrying that people would get a little bored of working with all neutrals. But it has been, especially during the heat of the summer and the sun, it's been a relief to just work on real calm colors. So I'm enjoying it and I want to get it done. So, in fact, you know what? Let's go look at your pink pictures because we've got a picture with Jodi and her pink wig sent by, I think, Miss Marshall. Sweetest thing in the world. It again. And let's at wishes for is he and Michelle the quilter, yes, I love it. I'm not going to work on her next basket project, but this one, what a winner. Okay, so let me bring up the folder, and it's Pink Day, our Pink Day folder. And let's see. All right. So here Miss Nadine sent, so many people volunteered and sent wonderful photos so they could share this time with Miss Jodi. Miss Nadine took a picture of this that she made in your honor. I love that camellia. She's so sweet and so talented. She didn't want to miss this, so here she is. She put on her best pink dress and went out. I'm trying to get this to enlarge. Oh, come on. Get bigger. Oh, I'm having a hard time getting this to enlarge. But isn't that the sweet? Look, isn't that wonderful? I'm going to do that again. She's sending you a kiss, hon. Isn't that wonderful? I love our Nadine. I love her pink heart on her cheek. Isn't that wonderful? And that's for you, Miss Jodi. And, the other day, I'm so silly. The other day, I was looking for ideas of different things I want to try, and this kept popping up. So, all right, here we go. We've got Miss Betty Middleton, and here she is in her pink scarf and in support, and her pink shirt. So thank you, Miss Betty Middleton. You're a dear, dear heart lady. Okay, let's see what's next. Here is Miss B. Hepworth sending Jodi love and support all the way from England. Isn't that lovely? Everyone wanted to be part of the Pink Project. And this is Miss Debbie from, oh gosh, now I forget. She'll probably tell you what exact state she's from, but this is Miss Debbie Hodges. And then this is Miss Dolores. This Mrs. Dolores Fagan, and she did not dye her kitty. She did it through Photoshop, but she put on the pink outfit for your special pink day. Isn't that great? Everybody wanted to be a part of wishing Jodi well. Miss Bonnie sent this photo in. She said she's sorry she couldn't participate in putting something pink on, but that she wanted to send you this beautiful pink flower in the shape of a heart. Thank you, Miss Bonnie. Now let's see. Here is Miss Jeannie from Florida. She dressed in her best pink for you. And she sent her very, very best wishes. I just love it. Everyone wanted to be a part of this for you, Miss Jodi. It's part of our pink celebration. Okay. Then one of our brand new members. Here we go. Miss Jodi in her wonderful pink wig. Look at this. Is that the cutest? Isn't that wonderful? Gosh, we love our Miss Jodi. So there she is. And I think it was so sweet that Marcia sent her a pink wig. How lovely. Okay. Then Miss Cheryl Hogan sent this shirt. She said, sorry, she was just out of the shower and she looked a mess, but she wanted you to see her support, her pink shirt. And Miss Cheryl Hogan has been such a dear in supporting and sending so many wonderful things. All right. Then, let me see. Oh, no, that was Melanie. I'm sorry. That was Melanie. I'm sorry. This is Melanie, who had just gotten out of the shower, but she wanted to support you. We've got some fun pictures of Miss Cheryl. All right. Then Nazi, one of our brand new members, she wanted to make sure to send you pictures of her in pink, sending her best wishes. Lovely woman. And here's another picture of her in her pink rose outfit and her pink scarf. Okay, now let me see who else. Okay, here we go. This one is, okay, here is Miss Cheryl Hogan doing a women's breast cancer march. Isn't she just a doll baby? What a sweetheart she is. Such energy. Then, are you ready for this? She met up and took a picture with Debbie Dingell, Congresswoman Debbie Dingell, during one of the marches. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, I love it. So Miss Cheryl Hogan is a big advocate for women's health. Thank goodness. Then from Sonia, I'm going to try to show you this without getting too emotional, but one of these bears was her, one of these stuffed animals was hers, and one of them was her beloved daughter's. And so she wanted to let you know they're holding pink hearts, and she wanted to send her loving support. And this was very, very touching. So you ladies are something else, and I couldn't thank you more. Support is, sure, I've got everyone, but is that just amazing? Hold on, I think I got them all. Just want to double check. So thank you. You are beautiful, beautiful ladies, beautiful spirits. The time out of your busy and to do something special just for Miss. And I do believe that love and wishes, keeping somebody close to your heart makes a difference. Truly, truly believe that. But awesome. Isn't that wonderful? Oh, yes. In fact, yes, that's perfect. share your pink thoughts and love today, because this is what it's all about. And let's be honest, together we can move mountains. So this is a wonderful thing. Oh, thank you, Alberta. That is so sweet of you. So, okay. So we did that. Now, okay. And I wanted to show you something really quickly, because summertime now. Officially, it is summertime. 6 days ago, it was official, the longest day of the year, shortest night. Isn't that interesting? And so I've got lots of ideas of fun projects to do this summer. My doctor the other day said, well, how's your YouTube channel? I said, it's going great. I said, I'm more creative now than I was beforehand. I said, because you know what? You realize how precious life is. I got a lot to do, a lot to have fun with. So I just wanted to show you my huge amount of fabric that I'm going to be turning in to beautifully dyed fabric. And I wanted to, in fact, this one I iron. I want to keep it close by because it's still slightly damp. And here is what's left of, I managed to find, prepared for dyeing, double wide or whatever, triple wide, 108-inch wide fabric at Missouri Star Quilt. So this is what's left of that. I used a good that on my indigo, which I'm still planning to do more of. But then when I was putting in an Amazon order, I saw some Kona white for $5.25 a yard, something really cheap. So I right away put in an order for 5 yards of it, because that was pretty good. And let me tell you why. You don't have to buy PDF fabric. You can dye any fabric. It's just how you treat it. PDF says prepared for dyeing. PFD, PDF, PFD, prepared for dyeing fabric just means they don't put any of the chemicals on it that makes it look pretty, lay pretty, fold pretty, hold its press so it can get to the store and get sold. But you don't have to actually buy specific fabric for that. You can create your own. And what I did is I bought this 5 yards and then I scoured it. Now, scouring, when I think of scouring back in my grandmother's day, it meant you had to boil it with lye and all that stuff. All you have to do is put it in your wash machine. I put a couple towels in with it because I wanted it to have something to rub against while it was agitating. You use straight hot water and a good detergent and no fabric softener, no dryer sheet, nothing like that. And so that's what we did. And here it is. In fact, we washed it twice just to make sure we had all of any processing chemicals, because, you know, they put a sizing on it, things like that. That's why people like to sew before they wash it, because it acts like you've almost starched it a little, you know. So, but I'm not going to starch that. I'm just going to press it. I left it slightly damp because in just a nice hot iron, it'll be ready to go. I'll fold it up on a bolt, and as I need it, I've got 5 yards of more fabric that I will use some Procyon dyes. I want to do 2 dyeing. I want to do some more indigo, which I love, and I want to do some Procyon multicolored, like ice dyeing and all that. And don't worry, I will make sure. I know I haven't gotten you the video yet of the indigo dyeing, and I need to get busy. If I can stay well and don't have any teeth explode, then, you know. So, and if you get a sore tooth, don't ignore it. I knew it was because I was clenching my jaw, but he told me that infection had been going for a while, which explains why I hadn't been feeling the best. So now I wanted to show you something I did, and I put in an order for my granddaughter, Charlie. She wants to make the gown from Anastasia. And when we do our photos, I'll show it to you. But then when I was ordering it from Fabric wholesale direct, fabric. I always get this confused. Fabric warehouse direct. It's so funny. I really do remember a lot of things, but every once in a while, something will go in my brain and I just can't mark it for the right thing it is. So it is fabric wholesale direct. I just looked at the box, but they had a most beautiful Madras plaid. Madras plaid was invented in India, and it is just so beautiful. It's just a nice, light, more coarsely woven cotton, but I just love the colors. And as I said, when you're a lady of generous proportions, plaid's not always your best thing. But let me tell you this. I wear what makes me happy. I love the colors in this. That's what's most important to me. So what I did is I sat down with this. I bought 3 yards because it was the 45 inches wide. I went and picked out a blouse that I really love wearing that has the style. I love the little gentle pleats. I feel like it's just more pleasing on the body. I don't want to have a long sleeve, so I'm making the sleeve 2/3 sleeve. Some people call them 3/4, but it's not really technically 3/4. I like the fact that it just has something to keep the collar straight, but doesn't have a bulky collar in the way. And it has a little opening right here for jewelry or whatever. So what I did, I used this very carefully, laid it on the fabric, used my tailor's chalk, and made sure I got as accurate a pattern as I could out of that shirt, drew around it, cut it out, and like here is the placket, which is the part that runs down the middle. Here is the placket, and you see how it has that little arch thing. So here's the placket, and let me see what else. Here, oh, this is the front, but it's got a bunch of little pieces, so I'm not going to open that one. But here's the back cut on a fold, and I cut it extra wide so that I can make some nice little pleats to kind of give the back, a little ease. So there's the back I made. Now, I've been sewing clothes since I was 22, 23. I'm self-taught, but you get bold when you're self-taught. Here are my I'm just going to make a bare little cuff just to kind of finish the bottom of the sleeve. And here is my sleeve. Here is the sleeve. And I'll take and I'll gather up a little bit in here, but this way I don't like things too short, but I don't like long sleeves. I stay kind of warm, All right. And then I did the little facing and part around the neck and all that. So I'm excited to start this. And the one thing I want to do is do a series of fine little pleats. Almost all of my blouses, I love the pleats in the front. And I just like the way it feels. And so I'm more likely to wear the shirt if I feel comfortable in it. So anyway, I just thought I would show you that. Now, very good, Marcia. Very, very good. That is wonderful. Okay, so now my Thursday night people already saw this. But, okay. This is what I got. Whoops. Oh, no, don't drop this. This is the little facing for the neck. But if you just take your time and you trace it carefully, you know that with clothing, you leave 5/8 of an inch, not 1/4 of an inch. And I'll zigzag all my seams, make it easy. But I enjoy making clothes for myself. What's going to be really fun, in fact, it kind of is the same It's the same make of this shirt where you've got the little pleats and it comes over, giving me a little room for a necklace or something there. But anyway, I can't wait to make it. And I might put all different color buttons on it. It just seems to beg for primary color buttons. So, you know me, I love color. So, and the more the better. That's how I feel. So, the gown, I was looking at the picture Charlie gave me a picture of the gown she wants, a screenshot, and we're going to do it. And I know that if we're careful and take our time, we'll be able to figure out exactly how to make it. And so it is a gown, a nice flowing Disney style gown of a light yellow. So I ordered her 6 yards of this wonderful, this is a crepe backed satin. And now it doesn't really have any stretch, but it was $3.99 a yard. Very good price. And it's a lot of it. It's a lot of it. So that's going to be for the bodice and the skirt. Then the sleeves are, I got this crystal organza, and because they're supposed to be gossamer, so that you can see her arm through the sleeves. So that's for her sleeves. I got 1 yard. Then I noticed when I looked at the picture, it had a light shimmery overskirt over what I assumed would be satin. So I managed to get light yellow crystal organza to be her overskirt. I got 4 yards of that because it's just going to be for the overskirt. Then it had a sash and a hair thing or a part of a hat in a beautiful pale blue. So Charlie picked out this wonderful color. Got a yard of that. And then I thought she's probably going to need some type of underskirt crinoline kind of thing. And so I got this real inexpensive lining satin, and I got it yellow in case she swirls around. It just looks like part of the dress. And then I bought some actual crinoline. This stuff is stiff. And what I did is I got the underskirt, because I'll put the crinoline between the underskirt and the main skirt so the crinoline doesn't rub against her. But we're going to have to be very careful how we put this crinoline so that it will have a very smooth look. But, I got 4 yards of this. Everything came up to $50, and that included shipping. That's pretty good. So I'm really pleased. And so soon, Charlie's going to come over and we'll set up the sewing machines, and we're going to, yes, and we will definitely show you the finished gown. She loves theater. She loves cosplay. And so, and I figured that's why I went ahead and cut out my madras fabric, because I said, we're soon going to be busy with a gown. If I want to wear that madras blouse, I better hurry up and get it made. All right, let's see what else. Oh, for this week's product that I just love, for this week's project that I just love, or product, these silicone sheets. I found this at Amazon, and this is a big one. This is 18 inches by maybe 30 inches. I hate to show you the inside because I haven't cleaned it, but it cleans up. If I soak it in the sink, all the little paint bits will come off. The reason it wasn't that expensive either. Maybe $15, something like that. I don't know, $15, $20. I love crafting, painting, gluing, hot gluing, anything. This silicone sheet, you can place it's got a dull side, and then which goes down, and the shiny side goes towards the area you're going to work. And it makes cleanup so much easier. And if you saw, I have a feeling you did see my ironing surface before I just changed it a few weeks ago. And it was a mess because I had drops of paint, everything that just kind of made its way to it. Now, Miss Jodi did share some good advice, which is take a good sized piece of freezer paper, iron it to the ironing surface, and then do your work and then peel it back off and it stays clean. So that was wonderful. Also, Mark's going to help me today make a screen in a frame. I'm going to take an old picture frame that I have laying around. We're going to take nylon screen material and we're going to staple it in very sturdily. Because one thing that I want to do, I have wanted to do this for so long, is make handmade paper. Now, what this is, these are the peonies and clematis blossoms that I have been collecting. And you'll notice sometime when you pick a flower or get sent flowers, you'll put them in a vase and you notice, wow, they really hold their color well. And so what I'll do is just let them keep sitting in there until they, let them sit in that vase until they fully dry out. Now, you can always pour the liquid out if you want, but just let them sit there and keep air drying. They're doing good right on their own. Now, there are ways of pressing flowers. There are ways you can drop a couple of the little silica gel packets in them that are desiccants, but I just thought I would show you these. What I'll be doing is we've saved they had egg cartons and they have drink holders that come in the, it's like they take a paper pulp and they dip the form in and a paper pulp sticks to it. We've been saving those because I used to save phone books. But I'm going to try, I've got a blender that just for crafting. I'm going to try to make some of my own handmade paper. I've always wanted to do it. So that's one of my projects for this summer. But what I have to have is I have this big tray and you can mix cement in it or you can, do this. And we'll put the water in that. And then I'm going to grind up the pulp into a slurry in the blender. And then you pour it into, you can either pour it into the water or I think what I'm going to do, I'm not going to pour it into the water. What I'm going to do is I have the thing full of water, then get my frame with the screen mesh on it and dip it down into the water, then pour the pulp over my screen frame and then pour just enough that I know it'll give me the right thickness, swish it around, take it out and let it drain and dry that way. I'm going to try it. I don't know. I'm hoping I've got some old fabric, some muslin or something that I can then lay it on. Once it's drained well, then flip it out and we'll see. But, that's what I love doing. I love finding, how can I do this? How can I do this? And you know what? With the modern internet, you can find anything lately. Anything. All right. So I wanted to show you that. And then I have been working on my undersea curved fishy thing. And this came from working on curved piecing. Then I made the butterfly where I took and made curved fabric, took crumb fabric, and which is taking a bunch of little scrap pieces, sewing them together to make a big piece, and then putting black fabric over it, sewing around a design which was a butterfly, then cutting out the excess black and letting the pretty color show through. So that's where the idea came from. So here's what I've got made so far. And I started out with black edging. I wanted to try other colors. And this is not a specific piece for a specific reason. It's how can I take a lot of, go from one thing of curved piecing and turn it into something, can I expand upon that idea? So let me try something, because what I wanted to do, I'm going to tell you two different things about this. One is that I've refined the way of doing the fish. I'm going to be honest with you. This would be better if you had like little thin bias binding or little bias strips. And because trying to sew the fabric, and it's raw edge applique, and by the time you cut it out and all that, it gets a little frayed. Now, I've shown you the fray check that I like to use, because with fray check, and I'm going to want a different, let me find a nice invisible gray thread. Oh, that's cream. This might do it. But I was sewing on the paper on the fabric, but then trying to get the bits of paper out frayed the raw edge of the outline fabric. So every time I do a fish, I work on it to get a better outcome. And what I wanted to show you is we're going to amp it up and do some embellishing of the background. And because I still have plenty that I want to do, I want to put crabs and seashells, and I'm talking about real seashells. And I think that would be so much fun. So I ordered a cording foot this week or last week off of Amazon. Now, let me show you this real quickly. What I ended up doing is here is my pattern that I for this fish. I drew this pattern onto my crumb fabric and cut it out. And then I also drew this pattern onto the fabric and gave it an extra eighth or more of an inch around, and then cut out the same exact pattern. I sewed the two pieces of the fish together without it being on the background, okay? Made it much easier to work with. And see that my line's cutting, and I didn't have all the paper stuck sewing. So it really did work out good. Some of the fish, I tried doing some trapunto, but with all the layers, it made it hard for it to lay flat. And this is where pulling out, trying to get out all that paper, a mess. So what I did with this purple fish is I looked at the drawing, knew where I wanted to put the lines, and I used chalk and drew it on with chalk. That way I could sew around and didn't have to worry about tearing the paper. All right, so now I've got my thread and I've got my cording foot. Of course, I've never done this, and of course, start doing it with you for the time, because, you know, that's kind of what Deb does. So let's see if this will work. All right, so my thread in the needle, thread bobbin, and I got a pale gray kind of invisible thread. And then I got some of this wonderful creative yarn. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this yarn under the presser foot and under this little, whoops, you can't see it. Under the presser foot, let me turn this light off so you'll be able to see it. But there is this little kind of lip built on this foot, this little corrugated lip. And I put the thread right under that. I mean the yarn, okay? Because what I want to do is I want to sew this onto this quilt so that it makes it look like it is seaweed. So I've got to keep it underneath there. And then I bring this out here. All right. Now, I'm going to want to do a small zigzag, I do believe. So I'm going to turn the light back on. Let me get a small zigzag stitch. And let me turn this down. Whoops. Maybe about that. Okay. So I drop this down. I've got a small zigzag. I want to make sure it's going to fit in the space provided, and I do think it will. Let me get this under the needle. Okay, so now I can just sew along, holding. Whoops, I need longer this way. Okay, here we go. Let's see. All right, here we go. And this foot, I knew that I needed a low shank for this machine, and the foot was $5.09. So now anytime that I want to do, this is called couching. Foot is a cording foot, but let me show you. But I love it because it just kind of underneath that little, it spins it under the little thing, under that little arm. All right. So now I think I will cut this. But I said with all of the embellishing that I'm loving to work on now, I wanted to get a foot that made it really easy to do. Well, I guess I'll just finish it off. I was trying to think of how I think this might work. Okay, let me make sure it's going to go underneath good. Okay. All right. Okay, you have to be careful because it tends to want to get caught just a little. So what I'm going to do now is go back over the last couple inches to make sure it's on real good. Okay. Now, I see one thing. You've got to make sure that it's not pulling the stitch you taut. Okay. So, and when you embellish, it's really good to put, fusible interfacing on the back of the quilt. But if you do that, it helps it resist being drawn up when you do the sewing on it. Okay? Hi, Miss Mary. So wonderful to see you. Okay. So I'm trying to be careful when you use a couching foot. Be careful that it's not getting taut and putting undue pressure on it. So, okay, let me see. So I think once I have used to it, do you see the yarn? And what I'd also like to do is get more of a wavy look. So when I put my next one on, but let me take off the foot and show you. Okay. Here is the couching foot I bought. Okay. And you can see it has this little arm right there, and you run the cording or the yarn or whatever underneath that. Oh, I'm sorry, Miss Mary. Well, hopefully you can watch us again really soon. Miss Mary lives out away. I think she has to do the kind of, what do they call, satellite, and they only give her a certain. So don't worry, Miss Mary. You can watch it later when you get more whatever that is. But anyway, so it was like $5.99, and my machine is low shank. You have to know whether your machine is high shank or low shank, and but you can look that up online and look up the machine make and model. But I'm going to now be adding some wonderful undersea things, and I think that'll be a lot of fun. All right, that's all I'm really doing on this today, because I've been on antibiotic and it's had my stomach all churned up. So I'm just going to relax. Boy, is it humid in here today. Look, I mean, my hair has just collapsed on me. What happened to my cotton candy hair? So anyway, but I'll put this back where I know I won't lose it. Then the last, what have I been doing in the evening? I made this Dorset button. And remember, I made one the other day with different colors of brown and wooden beads. This one, it has these, oh gosh, it reminds me of like Tiffany glass, the way they kind of shimmer and stuff. And so what I did, the video's out. Uh-oh, is it breaking up for you too? I may have, let me check my, it may be an unusually busy day on the internet. It looks good from here. My sound is responding from there. Oh no, everybody's having it. So it must be a lot of people online. Very busy day. Here is, it was doing it Thursday too. Mine was skipping Thursday. I did see that. Let me check my satellite one time. Hold on. Okay, let me see. I will also check the microphone to make sure anything going on. Yeah, I noticed the video was skipping Thursday. So, it says it's working, but who knows? I'm sorry. There are days on here it gets tough. You're watching yours on TV. Sorry about that. Here is my latest Dorset button. I love making these. And what this will be, it would be like a brooch or something. Or if you have a knitted shawl, it'll be to hold the shawl together. You're okay there? All right. So I think we're having a few internet issues. So, but anyway, this was fun. I used a variegated DNC thread and put some beads on it. And it's just fun to do. I like to keep my hands busy. All right, so let me grab my agenda. Oh, I know what I didn't talk to you about. All right, but we're doing good otherwise. We're doing good. All right. Let me grab my latest Mandala quilt. And, okay. All righty. Here is my Mandala quilt. Signed, information written on it. And so what I did is I decided to do outline quilting for around the edge. And it's really because it made the background recede and it made the pattern forward. And I used a Jenny Beyer fabric to do the binding. And I think it's just bright. And I think I'm calling it, what was it again? Margarita Monday, we'll call it. I had a wonderful, wonderful time. I have this pattern for free. I enlarged a free coloring pattern. So if you'd like it, send me an email at ourtimetoquilt@twc.com. And I'll be glad to share it with you. And so I really enjoyed this. I really, really enjoyed it. Wonderful colors. Oh, thank you, Miss Magical, Miss Carol. And don't forget, check out Miss Magical Touch Studio. She's wonderful. And I thank her and Miss Marcia for being my moderators. But anyways, it is. And I did want to tell you too, I finished painting of it. I took a black fine line marker, whatever kind you want, as long as it's fine line. And this one is a fabric marker. I thought I just saw a name on it. Oh, come on. It takes a moment to focus. It's trying to decide where to focus. And let me see. Yeah, there we go. Good job, Tamara. But whatever fine line permanent marker you have, and I went back over the stitching lines. Oh, Marcia, I do love the beautiful outlining. I think it really makes everything pop. I was telling the lady I was at camp, I painted the background a lime green, like this lime green. And when I was out in the woods, so I was like 50 feet away from it, all I really noticed about it, lime green background. So I came in and I did process. I painted it a pale lime. Then I kind of pounced the brush on it with different shades from pale blue to pale purple to pale yellow. I like it. It gave it a subtle background, but it's something that kind of keep up with the intense colors. I like it better than it white. For me, this worked. So I'm really happy. And I made sure to put back up there the mandala, the feather swirl, and the one we first did. So I'm really happy with these. I like them very much. Where are my pins? See, I do this kind of stuff all the time. I take out pins and then forget where I put them, so I'll grab 2 new ones. A new one. But let me just put this back up real quickly. But I wanted to show you that is done. And I really do want this to be my new focus, which is get them completed and then use them, enjoy them, have them around, have them around and enjoy them instead of letting them sit in boxes or bags waiting. So today's project is to finish the painting project, the fabric painting I did 2 weeks ago. So thank you. I would appreciate thumbs up, and please subscribe and hit the bell so you won't lose any of the fun projects. We're going to be so busy this having fun, because to me, summertime should have a lot of playtime in it. Okay. So let me move my other projects out of the way. And I'm trying to remember who made this for me. When we were collecting the blocks for Miss Jodi to make her quilt, somebody made this and sent it for me. And I dearly, dearly love this. It's a wonderful bookmark. You can use it for all kinds of things. But I have been putting it on this lately, and it makes me smile every time I see it. So it's right here smiling at us. All right. So what I did is I took some of the prepared for dyeing fabric and I took about a 30-inch square, let's say. And I took my jacquard little squeeze dye bottles and I took some of the, oh shoot, I don't think I left it over here now. I've been trying to start cleaning up. Oh boy. But I took textile medium, whatever kind of textile medium you want. But you know, I wanted to have textile medium because I wanted it to become part of the fabric. And I want to show you, look the hand, it's still there. It's still soft. It's still malleable. So I really do like that. One thing I didn't like was that the colors weren't as bold as I wanted. There's some pretty good colors, don't get me wrong. But I saw this project on a very recent Quilting Arts television show. And Anne Rebella, I believe is her name, was the woman who was showing the technique. And she had some kind of fabric paint that was thick. She had like a scoop out and it held its shape. But when I say it was thick, it still turned translucent when she put it on the fabric. And I found that fascinating. And so what she did was she took the piece of, prepared for dyeing or scoured fabric, and then she did stripes of color. And she did sometimes use an extender. An extender, she explained, was a product that doesn't have the actual dye color in it, but it's the basis that paint is made with. And so she had some extender, and then she would sometimes, put that in it and just keep it translucent and flowing good. So I want to show you just some of these blocks really quickly. So I did a piece of fabric with this, with using the best I could her techniques. Now, she wanted hers to have a dry brush look. That was hard for me to figure out because the texture of the paint that I used didn't have that same dry brush look. And so I want my arm to stay up there, but I might have to tighten a few of my joints. But anyway, so, but she just did these big stripes, and then you let it dry, and then you place it upon a pressing cloth, and you press it with a hot iron so the colors are set. But the one thing now, the more I look at this, the more I really like it because it's very pastel, very delicate. So as you can see, then after I painted just stripes going across, then I let some of them mingle, the colors mingle a little bit. And so as I'm painting these stripes across, then you let them dry. You place it on a good ironing cloth. You want to protect your ironing board. So you place a good pressing cloth under your fabric. You turn your iron up nice and good, and then you press it. And press it from behind, okay? Press the back side of the fabric. And so when you do that, then you have set the color. That's what you want to do, set the color. Okay, hold on. Sorry, there is no easy way to get these sorted and laid out, but just to do it, so I'm going to work on this, just doing it. But you can tell which side of the front and which side's the back. And here is another one of that. All right, so I'm just trying to lay a few of these out, but I could be here, who knows, all day. But her name is Anne Rebele, Rebele, and it was from the Quilting Art Show 2809. 2809. And when I saw her do this, I thought, oh, that looks fun. And you know me, I want fun. So that's what I was looking for. So anyway, but as you'll notice you get a few of each different color, a kind of a color theme going along, because you've got this 30-inch piece or 36-inch square of fabric, and you've done the stripes, and the stripes are maybe 2 to 3 inches wide a piece of color. You start in the middle with yellow, and you go this way, you go upwards, and you go this way. But start with your lightest color, because the brush, even though you try to clean it out, the brush becomes a problem. And And she didn't go and wash her brush between. It's a quick, easy thing you do. And so anyway, so once you have all the stripes, they've dried, you've ironed them with a protective cloth over it. And you don't iron on the paint side, you iron on the back side, but you've got a protective cloth. Then you take and you start cutting vertical strips. So you're cutting against the stripes. And I cut these 2.5 inches. I have some others to show you today that I cut 3 inches. And so what I do is, this one, I think comes up here. I'm not sure. But anyway, so what I ended up doing is making these 2.5-inch squares of fabric. And then what she does, the play part of this, look at these. I mean, they're really beautiful. And then what she does is she takes her time and decides how she wants to set them up and then sews them back together. How cool is that? So I think these are all, okay, whoops. These are all of the same, because, they tend to change a little bit, like when you cut the strips this way, then you cut them crosswise. And so they're similar, but you see the movement of the color. So they're similar but different. How do you like that? But, okay. So I think I've got enough here to kind of show you what I mean. Some of these are not the full 2.5 inches. Do not worry. I will save those for the finished edges of the whatever design I pick. I will use those to finish the edges. I think this goes here. Yep, these are those. Oh, look at this. I got a really bold. Now, some of these were from the same very close rows. All right, here's another one. So the thing is, I got them a little mixed up. But what I'm trying to do is put like rows together. And then that way it'll help me understand how to, okay, this goes here. This goes here. So if you just go ahead and segregate a little bit so that when you start to want to put it back together, and this is just a quick and easy play. Let's say that you are tired of the fabric you are working with. You want to do something different today. And you don't want to go out and buy new fabric. And so what can you do? Well, if you have any kind of paint, and here I use the little jacquard bottles, but you don't have to use those. You can use acrylics, regular acrylics, and I'm going to show you that as soon as I clean these up. Okay. Some of these, it's hard to figure out where it's actually supposed to go, so I'm just kind of stick it somewhere, and that's good. But main thing is the green side goes down to the green, the blue, the little bits go, put them the same values going the same way. All right. Here we go. All right. Yep, got that. And I think I've got this. All right. So what you do now, once you've got them separated where you think they're supposed to go, is you will decide, and this can be totally whatever you can imagine or dream up. Now, at this stage, Miss Rebely took a piece of interfacing, fusible interfacing, and put it the fusible side up, because what she wanted is she wanted to be able to lay these out, iron it when she got the alignment that she liked. She wanted to iron them so then she could take it to the sewing machine and sew them together. And this is just going to be a bunch of little squares. So you can decide, okay, maybe I want to start the bright colors up here. And so you put, and what she did was really interesting, is she kind of put them in different directions so that you get a feeling of a little bit of movement. Let me bring these a little closer. I'm noticing that the camera is making them look a little small and nondescript. Okay, here we go. But I just love these colors, and I did this just by taking a paintbrush and scrubbing paint on a fabric. So we've got these hot colors here, and I think then I'll come to even warmer colors, and I'm just going to do, this is going to be very small because I don't want to take the time to do all of it, but I can pick exactly what I want. See how I'm turning things around just to give it a little more interest. Then I'll bring this one, I'll put this one this way, okay? And then let me get another one of these right here and put it this way. All right, so now I've got that. So then I'll think, okay, what color? I think I'm gonna kind of move from the hot and come through and then end up in the cool colors. So I would like a bridge fabric in here if I've got one. So I look through here and try to find any of these that might have a little bit of orange on them, because I've kind of, instead, you can go from one bold thing to another, but I like kind of, here we go. Let me see. Okay, I'm going to put this one this way, and then I'm going to come in and put a couple more of these yellows with orange, with yellows with green. All right, so then let's say I'll move into the greens that turn to the blues, and I'll turn it this way, and this way, and this way. All right, so now I've gone into that. And then if I want to, I can add a few of these greens that are going to the blues, like this. And then I can come in here and add the blues going to the purples. You see what I'm doing? I'm kind of just playing. And that's the best part, is by just playing, you can end up creating your very own unique artwork. Nobody will ever have anything like this. And then I might end up over here with the blues going to pink. And I do like turning them around, because it's nice to have that extra pattern. That's what Anne did. And I was very taken with her style. So I was very pleased to watch this. But do you see how it's coming? Now, you can decide whatever way. You could make stripes. You could have things going this way. I mean, there's all kinds of ways you could do this. And I even thought you could take and turn this into a background for, this is what I want to do. What I would like to do is have blues and greens, have some blues up here for sky, then have some yellows and oranges for sunset, then to have some greens for the ground. I would like to take these and make a good background, and then maybe do an elephant in silhouette colors. A black outline of an elephant and an African tree, and just have this beautiful, colorful black background with this elephant in the background and an African tree. So this is a great way for you to create your own background fabric, and you can have it change. The colors and the placement will change based on where you place them and how you place them. So this is, to me, a lot of fun. And I hope that when I saw this, I was totally taken with it. And so then what I did is I said, well, I want to see the brighter colors. Although I tell you what, now that I've cut all of this fabric up into squares, I'm so in love with it. It has a watercolor look. But now I'm going to show you, let me show you what I did with this. And I went and got all I got, red, blue, orange, yellow, green. Yeah, I guess I got some green. I just got my very basic colors of acrylic paint. Then I got some of the texture medium, and I just started doing the stripes. Yellow, I started in the middle. Then I did orange below it. I think yellow, and then I did a stripe of orange. The orange, unfortunately, got a little brown. Be careful when you're working with paint and your paintbrush, because any residual paint can turn it muddy, which is exactly what wanted to happen. But now these, just to let you know, these are stiffer. These do not have the softness of the ones that use the little bottles of the Jacquard fabric dye exciter kit. These are stiffer, but I love the bold color. Did you lose something? Okay. So now let's do the same kind of thing, but with these. So these, since the paint was thicker, I was able to hold on to a little bit of the brush strokes. See that? And what she did is she just did it loosely with brush strokes. Well, some of the fabrics, because I brushed them on a little too much, they didn't have the same movement. So then I went and got one of the little bottles of Jacquard dye, and I just drizzled little lines here and there, and that gave it movement. So this is something you can do. If you have a piece of just white fabric, wash it real good to get any sizing out of it. If you've got little bottles of regular acrylic paint, nothing fancy, regular acrylic. Now I'm going to lay these colors up here and see what we can come up with now. So let's see. I'll put these up here, and here we go. Now, let's say I wanted to have a type of a sky. Let's see if I have anything that would work for that. All right. I think I do. All right, so I could start with, and I'm still going to turn them, well, I kind of hate to turn them around, but I don't want to. You can decide. If you don't want to turn them around, you don't have to. You decide. But let's say I want to keep them moving because I do like that. So I'm going to start with the sky up here and turn these around a little bit. Okay, just to give it kind of an impromptu look. Then let's say that I'm going to come in here with some of this color, and I will be turning these, well, let me see. Oh, but let that go there. This here. Then I'll bring in a few of these. And I'll put this one like this, and this one. These kind of feel like a painted canvas. They have that texture. Okay, I'm going to put this one here and this one here. Okay, so now I've kind of got a sky, and I'm starting on the sunset. And so I'm going to put this way, this. So see what I'm doing? I'm just going to kind of lay them out in a general idea of going from the top sky to the sunset. All right. I don't know if it's going to work or not. We will see. Then I'm going to come through here. And this is going to be the rest of the sunset kind of reaching down. I don't know if I'm going to like this. I think I'm going to want it more abstract, honestly. So this is why I like to show you and do it with you, because then you'll kind of see where I'm like, well, I don't know about this. Yeah, I don't think I like this. So I thought it would work, but now I don't think so. So now I'm going to do something else. Let's try something different. All right. What I am going to try is, let's start, for whatever reason, I like starting with my boldest color over here. So now I'm going to turn them. But I'm going to start with really bright bold. And I'm going to end up with bold. So I won't want to go too far. All right, I'm going to save these for the other side, okay? Hi, Linda McCollum. Hi, sweetheart. Linda, I have pink hair because we're having Cancer Survivor Day party in honor of Miss Jodi, and we're having fun. Okay, so I'm going to go from there, and then I think I'm trying to decide. This is about summer playtime, everyone. Okay. Oh, Kaz is here. Hi, sweetheart. Oh, it's so good to see everybody. Now, I might want to go ahead and do a little jolt to the senses and pop that in. And maybe put this one here. And then, nope, I think what I'll do is bring this out here. Whoops. I'll put it maybe this way and then come in with this. All right. And probably should do another one. I don't know. No, let me see. Okay, so I'm going that. Then maybe I'll come in. I don't know. Something is saying try this one. So maybe I'll try this. And I just kind of want to see what kind of little zigzaggy thing can I get going here. I'm just trying to... What I'm trying to do is have movement going in different ways. Miss Jodi is doing beautifully. We're really, really happy for her. Oh my gosh. I think I'm going to come over here with something like this. Okay. Oh, this is kind of cool. Do you see how it's got a little pattern going? All right. Now for the bottom, I think I want to finish off with something cool. So now I have to, let's see. And I love the brush strokes and the movement I was able to add to this fabric. All right. So now I'm just playing, okay, everybody, just playing. So I want to put this maybe here. I don't know. It's looking too dark now right here. So I think I'm going to pull this out and put this in. Do you see what we're doing? We're saying, okay, we can do this if we want, but then why don't we try changing this around? I don't know. We'll see. Maybe I'll put this back in. Oh, I don't know if I'm going to like that with this. Let me put this up here. But what I wanted to show you, when you make your own fabric and you cut it up, then it's amazing what you get. And you can play with this. Like I might want to come in here and do some more. I'm not done with these oranges. Let's come in here and do a little of this. Let's see. And maybe this orange here. Maybe one more to kind of finish off these oranges right there. Let's see if I can put this up here. I'm kind of liking this. It's different. I'm normally an orderly person, but I'm kind of liking this. So let's see where we can go. Maybe here now I'll come in with some greens and blues. Oh, look at this beautiful. That is gorgeous. So maybe, let me move some of these. But you know, it's so funny when you're painting it, you'll think, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. Oh, I don't know where that would look. But you can just start playing with stuff. Oh, yes. I told her whatever she can find to make her feel comfortable is a good thing, because that's important. Okay, so I'm starting this corner, going to kind of echo a little bit, but I think then I might do a little bit of this here. This sure would be pretty. Let me see. That's bold. That's bold for me. But let's put a few more of these in. I think maybe I'm going to save this for down here. And put this. So what you're going to be doing is just playing with color. And this is what I recommend you do. When you get it reasonably to a place where you think, I kind of like that, then take a photo of it. Take a photo of it. Because it will be hard to come back to where you were, to figure out, how did I have that again? So your camera is your best friend. All right, so now let's see. This is interesting. I'm just kind of learning. I think I need some more of the brights echoed down here. So let me put this in. But you see how much fun it is? It's like playing with color, becoming comfortable with color. I hate to say it, but I think I need to get that out of the way. Let me put that here. Maybe, I don't know. But this is what I wanted to show you, that you, and you know, you can play with having it move through on an angle, but take pictures to know if you are happy with the placement, and then start sewing it together in rows. Then sew the rows together. You sew all your rows, lay them back right where they were. Or you can put a piece of fusible interfacing with the fusible facing up, and when you get the placement you like, iron them down. But I don't want to iron. This is heavy, thicker acrylic paint, so I would have to put a rag over top of it. So what I'm going to do is sew them in rows, all in rows, laying them back right where they were. Then I'm going to sew the rows together, 2, 2, 2, and so on. Since this fabric is thicker with the acrylic on it, I will be pressing the seam allowances open. That's something I don't normally do, but this is just something a little fun. And let's say you are tired of working with the fabric that you've been working with. You don't want to go buy new fabric, and you just want to make something. This is the easiest way to start with fabric painting. And this, it's so much brighter than what I did the first time. Here, look at the difference between the two. So it just depends whether you're feeling like a watercolor feel or whether you're feeling like going bold. And then you can turn it into whatever you want. You can do like mug rugs if you wanted to, and make a good number of them. But these are the 3-inch squares. What I did is I just used the acrylic, regular cheap acrylic paint, a little bit of textile medium, and just painted stripes on a big piece of fabric, like 36 inches, and painted the stripes on them. And I cut them into vertical 3-inch strips, then laid them horizontally and cut them again and made 3-inch squares. And then just play with them. So when you get comfortable doing that, then you can start saying, I'm going to paint just the background I want, or I'm going to do swirls or whatever. And you can cut them up or not. But this is just a fun way to take 1 yard of white fabric and add some pizzazz. And for me, who tends to be a little anal retentive, I like everything to line up and matchy-matchy. It's a very good exercise in playing with color, playing with texture, and see how it comes out. So I'm going to have fun, and hopefully by next weekend, I'll have decided how to put these together, and I will show you what I came up with. So I want to thank Quilting Arts and Anne Rebely for giving, I watched her do it and I thought, that looks like fun. And what she did is she also used a bumpy fabric underneath to give it more texture. And then she taped plastic over that, then taped the fabric out so it wouldn't move, and then just started painting the stripes as she went. She started with yellow. Start with your light colors first. And because you don't want to spend so much time rinsing out your brush between every color. So she would take a paper towel, wipe off the excess, and go for the next color. And a little bit of mixing of the colors in between rows is a great thing. So I just thought you might like that. It just looks like fun. And if you have some acrylic paints, go for it. If you don't have textile medium, you might want to add a little touch of water. Just play with the fabric, cut it up, and see what you've got. So, and that's what this summer, to me, summer is time to let my inner child come out to play, right? All right, so now I think I've covered everything I wanted to for the show today, except we have show and tell, and I can't wait to see what you've been working on. All right, here we go. And Linda, it is so absolutely wonderful to see you, darling. I just love our Linda McCall. Talk about an artist. She is a true artist. Let me do one thing real quickly. Okay, very good. All right. Now let's go to, but also remember when you're painting those stripes, try to do something to leave brush strokes or something that gives a little bit of texture, because it really makes it fabulous, really interesting. Let me real quickly just run down our pink day, our wonderful wishes for Jodi's continued wonderful cancer treatment and success that she's been feeling. This came from Miss Nadine, our lovely German friend. Look at this. Is this the sweetest? Oh, she dressed at people. I asked them if they wanted to dress in pink, do something to give Miss Jodi a message. And that's our Miss Nadine. Isn't she just lovely? Beautiful woman. Right? I'll come over here. Here is Betty Middleton down in Florida. And she's in her pink, beautiful scarf in solidarity and her beautiful pink shirt. Way to go. Love it, Miss Betty. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Here is Miss B from England. Isn't she elegant and beautiful in that pink scarf? Here is Miss Debbie and Debbie Holt in her beautiful sparkly pink dress or outfit. Then we have Miss Dolores, and she is our professional artist, and she wants you to know that the kitten was colored in Adobe Photoshop. She did not dye the kitten, but she was just standing in solidarity with our Jodi. Beautiful picture. Beautiful. And I love all of her flowers, her wildflower garden out front. Beautiful. Miss Bonnie sent this beautiful photo of a flower in a heart shape in pink for our Miss Jodi. Thank you, Miss Bonnie. Miss Bonnie, last I heard, was doing really good with her eyes. So we are hoping we'll see her again very soon. Then Miss Jeannie from Florida. There she is, standing with Miss Jodi in her beautiful pink blouse. Way to go, Miss Jeannie. All right, and let's see who else. Here is Miss Jodi herself in her pink wig sent to her by Marcia. Isn't that precious? Gosh, we love our Miss Jodi. We just love her. All right. Now we're going to, this is Melanie, and she said sorry she didn't show her face, but she had just showered. But isn't that a beautiful pink support blouse? Just lovely. I bet you she made that too. She's so talented. And then here is one of our new members, Miss Nazi, in her pink outfit of support. Isn't she beautiful? And then another picture of Miss Nazi. And then Miss Sonia's beautiful bears, one belonging to her daughter and one that was hers. And their beautiful pink support and love. That is so tender. And then Miss Cheryl Hogan, who is very much a staunch advocate for breast cancer survivorship and awareness. Love her. And her picture with Miss Debbie Dingle, who is her wonderful representative from Michigan, who we love dearly. And before she took over the seat that her husband vacated when he passed, her husband was a staunch supporter of women's health. So wonderful, wonderful. Okay, now let's go to your own folders. Thank you for all my pink ladies. You are just amazing. Okay, Alberta. And I think she was here today, so we want to show this. That's so pretty. Yay, Miss Alberta. All right. And anybody, if you have any new photos, please send them to ourtimetoquilt@twc.com. And this is Miss B and her newest great-grandson. Isn't he just beautiful? Oh, love that baby. Love it. She's so lucky. And her great-granddaughter. Beautiful. Our beautiful English rose. Isn't she pretty? Okay. Now let's see. Let's see where we're going now. Miss Betty. Is this from... Oh, yeah, her beautiful swan. I know I need to move on to new pictures soon, but gosh, that's so pretty. Beautiful. Okay. Charlene. Oh, Charlene has a beautiful great-grandson, too. I need to find out how he's coming along. What a beautiful baby. So cute. Okay. And I don't really think I have that much. Let me see. Yeah, just some quick little pictures from camp 2 weeks ago. I'll just go through them quickly. Oh, I wouldn't mind being there now. Although it's a little warm for now. But that was my daughter Becky and I out in the water. This is Mark's domain, his 43-inch television. Yeah, it's hard to say we're roughing it, isn't it? He loves that. Isn't that beautiful? Great big sky, beautiful water. We just love it. Okay, a little close-up of Becky and I out in the water. Another shot of the campsite. And this is a wonderful quilt from Miss Michelle. It's for Sophie. And I assume, is it Sophie or Sophia? I assume that's her dog. I'd love to know more about Sophie. All right. So now let me see who else has good photos. Okay. Debbie Holt. Let's see what she's got. Oh, yes. These are gorgeous. So she has been very busy. I love how she did the beach fencing with the twine on it. That is so cool. Look how her shells come forward out of the picture. Beautiful, beautiful work. Okay, let's see what's next. She finished her winter snow scene. Beautiful. And I love the different colors she made, the trees. That is really, really nice. Very beautiful. And look at this. Is this fun or what? And I just love collage work. Look at her beautiful seaweed plants. And then the first thing is she used that grunge dots background. Beautiful. And the way she quilted it really gives you that feeling of being underwater. Beautiful job. And did you notice that K facet? She even worked K facet into that quilt. That's pretty cool. Thank you, Miss Debbie. That's beautiful. And look at this wonderful beach scene. Just lovely. Way to go, boy. I tell you what, you ladies better get busy. That was a good number of new pictures that we just love. Miss Dolores has been very busy. She's doing her show circuit now. Probably Melanie too. So here is this reminds me of our pet series we're working on. And she did a challenge where she did the same basic picture but in different colorways. And it is wonderful. What a great exercise. And then I've got a cute story about why her Sheltie is wearing glasses. So she had been working on her Sheltie portrait, could not find her glasses, looked all over the house. The next morning, this is where she found them. So that's what made her think, I'm doing that Sheltie wearing glasses. Isn't that cute? Great story. Great story, Dolores. Okay, now Miss Jeannie, don't think we got the new one for that. Miss Jodi, let me see. She has been busy. That's the one we sent her. So the newest one of Jodi, here is her after her 5th treatment, but she's moved on from that one. She's doing wonderfully. Way to go, Miss Jodi. Okay. And then while she's going to chemo, she's working on this beautiful cross patchwork. Isn't that beautiful? It's nice to have a project that you can work on to keep you distracted. I did not mean to do that. Let me go back up here. Oh, come on. Let me see. How do I undo it? I don't know. Okay, there we go. Kathy Boyd sent in this new block that she'd been working on. Beautiful, beautiful. You know, I can remember looking at something like this already made and wondering how in the world they did it. And once I finally realized that it's just small sections that you put together that make it look complex, quilts no longer scared me then. And her daughter did this beautiful cross stitch and she painted the B-scap behind it. I think that's wonderful. And finished is better than perfect. Amen. That's the truth. Okay, now let's see who's next. Kathy Klein. Oh, I know I said I wasn't going to show this anymore, but my gosh, it's so pretty. That is wonderful. And it's Edita Sitar. It is Edita Sitar. I think I finally got it. There we go. And she won a first prize ribbon. First place. I'll say it right. All right. Kim Hicks. Oh, yeah, these were wonderful. We need to get some new photos, ladies. I think so. So, show us any photos you have that are new to us. We love it. Isn't that beautiful? I just love that. And that was done with Kim invited some friends to work on it together. It was the Merry Mayhem January 1st mystery quilt. Look at Miss Linda's beautiful handwork. Isn't she a true artist? That is just beautiful, Miss Linda. Just beautiful. She can make art from just little bits and pieces. Okay, I think I was almost done. Let me see. Miss Mary, let's see. Oh, yeah, here we go. She finished her Easter egg, and look at the embellishment, and she used the method of making crumb fabric and placed fabric over it and cutting away to make her butterflies. How talented is she? And her three-dimensional flowers, such a talented lady. Way to go, Miss Mary. I love all of your photos. Miss Marcia, I think she had been working on a beautiful crochet piece. Beautiful. All right, let's see. Whoops, I forgot and closed it all the way out. Sorry about that. And now we're almost at the end. Let's see. We did Marcia. Melanie, did I get all? No, same ones, but they are beautiful. They are classics. Wonderful. Okay, go back here. Michelle, oh, yeah, that was her wonderful New York Beauty, Flying Geese, Pineapple Block. Beautiful. Okay, let's see where we're going. Miss Mitty, and I love her lady with the pearl earring. Isn't that cool? She was taking an online class. I love taking virtual classes. The stuff you learn, the things you try will stay with you forever. So way to go, Miss Mitty. Now who else? Miss Nazi. Oh, that's right. She did a wonderful, wonderful example of the butterfly, the reverse applique butterfly. That's beautiful. Way to go, Miss Nazi. And then let me see. I think Miss... Oh, two people. Okay, whoops, let me see. Okay, Miss Polly has started back with her applique, so we're very happy. She was having a problem of just kind of hitting that wall and thinking, I'm kind of tired of this right now. And but she's starting to pick back up. It's hard because sometimes this is Miss Rihanna's beautiful work. That's the back of that quilt. I think that's amazing. This was her first quilt. Oh my goodness. I mean, first quilt, I have not finished one like that at all. Beautiful job, Miss Rihanna. And then our last person, Miss Cheryl. Oh, yes, this is a picture of her marching for women's health. So, all right, people, I think we did it. I think there is another show. And, whoops, I'll get this figured right. Hold on a second. Oh. All right, everybody. And do you like my pink hair? And the color is flamingo pink. So I guess I need to stand on one foot. So let me come back to y'all real quick. And any questions or comments, anyone like to say anything? Thank you for joining me for today's Pink Palooza party. You had trouble taking a selfie. I understand. I thought I had a better one. I'll have to check. And if I do, I'll find it for next time. But I love that each and every one of you who actually took the time to do something for her like that. It was so sweet. So thank you very much. You got, yep, go walk your dog, Debbie, and take good care of yourself. Diana B., it was lovely to see you. And please come back anytime. Join in with us. And we're a lovely group of ladies that really are a community. We stand by each other, and that's important. All right, if anyone else has anything else to say, if not, I'm going to get ready. Oh, hello, Mayor. So nice to see you, hon. So nice to see you. So I'm going to get ready to say goodbye for today. And hoping for some cooler weather this week because I want to get outside and work on my flowers. And I need trimming to do my roses. And I just looked out the window. My butterfly bush is blooming. So hopefully next week I'll be able to bring a couple blooms in to show you. But have a great week. Stay safe. Stay united. We will get through this rough time together. I promise. Thank you for joining our Pink Palooza party. Treat yourself very good because you're worth it. We love you and you're worth it. All right, everybody, take good care and find time to play this week. That's the best. Oh, thank you, Miss Linda. Y'all take good care. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.